Hi everyone, welcome to RPA Explorers channel.
Today's video we are going to see how you can send email using an email connector. So you have two different connectors to send an email. One is in email, another one is an Outlook. So here you have this email connector and also Microsoft Outlook. In today's video we are going to send an email using an email connector. So I have already added my connector Excel and also created my activity which is called email, and also I am going to use a component which is from RPA Hub. So I have created a shared parameters, so which is bot email, and I have provided my value. So all you have to do is just click on this new and provide a name and its value. So then click on save. You will be able to see its value over here. Once your parameter is created, and you can see two tabs, one which is details and the other bot process configuration. So in order to use any component from RPA Hub in Studio, you have to assign your respective bot process so that you can make use of them in the Studio. Here also it's the same. So use the shared parameter, you have to create a bot process and then assign it over here, which you have to assign it in the Studio as well just by clicking on this, and then you can use them directly. I do have some list of process which I downloaded as a part of RPA sample templates, but let's see how you can just publish a blank process and make use of your shared parameter rather than the existing processes. And here I have something called get methods. You can also publish this blank process and then you can assign it to the shared parameter or any process parameters. So basically the version 1 contains a blank version of the project, and in version 2 you will be able to see all the actual code. So now, and it's not just you have to publish a code which is actually executing as expected or you don't have an error. You can also publish anything. And also you have something called code quality check. So in case you want to publish a project without any error, you have to use this. And in my case, as this is for an example, I'm not going to concentrate on this. I'm just going to publish a random project which is get methods. So let's click on publish. Here you have to choose your details, whether you want to publish this project as a package or a template. To choose a template, it will be uploaded as a type template, which you can use it for multiple template. But now we are going to click on, if you are doing it for the first time, go with this new package. If you have an existing package, you can choose the select new version, YouTube bot process, and you have to provide some random comment. Provide your name and comments. Let's click on publish. So it was published successfully. Click on OK and go to the RPA Hub. So go to the packages, refresh it, and here you can see the published packages, which is YT bot process. So now go to the bot process. Let me also duplicate this, and if you have watched my old video, I have explained like how you can publish, create your bot process and everything. So I'm going to do the same, just going into the table view, click on create configuration. Either you can do it from list view or in the table view, but here this new option is not available in the list view for now. So I'll just go to the other view and click on create configuration. So I have to give a process any name, and it always better to use the same name as your package to identify it later very easily. So which is YT bot process, I think. So choose a process type, which is unattended, and you have to choose your package. Then the respective version, and I have only one version, so I'm just selecting on one. And also here you can see the code quality result of your published process. So everything is done. I'm going to click on save. Okay, and it automatically switched to the list view. Our configuration is done. The next step is to create our bot process. So you will not be able to see your configurations in bot process. Only after you create your process, you can view it here. So I'll go. Now let's click on new. And here you have to choose this respective bot process configuration to associate with the process. And click on submit. And then we'll refresh it. The bot process is created. After you create your bot process, go to the shared parameters or any components you want to assign it. Click on bot process and click on add. So here you will be able to see all the list of available processes. Choose the one you want to assign. So this is done. Now switch back to the studio and we'll assign it there. Okay, we have this error. Let's also assign this bot process to the given robot. And my robot is my robot. Here go to assign studio user. Just select your user, which is system administrator in my case. And now so we missed a step, which is to assign our robot to the given process as well. So here you have to create your assigned robots, for which create an credential assets. And now we'll go to the assigned robots and assign it, so which is my robot. Let's refresh. Let's create robot credentials. So here you just have to choose the one you have created, robot credential, and then my robot. Let's click on save. So everything is done. Let's try to reassign it. Now we'll start building our automation. The first step is to get the shared parameter. So go to the toolbox, filter with share, get shared parameters and set shared parameter. So let's use this get shared parameters and just click on this configuration window, and you have to add your keys, which is nothing but your shared parameter name. So in our case it is bot email. This name you have to, let's click on OK. And I'm going to run only this to check the output. So now we have the expected output. Now let's start using the email connector. Nearly 8 methods, and we are going to concentrate on send email today. So we use open method before you use any other method. Similarly, before you use other method, you have to use this method, which is set config. So this is nothing but you have to set the parameters like the server address, port name, and everything. You have to set it and then start using the rest of the method. So the first, which is called the username, and I'm going to use the username which comes from the shared parameter, and here I'm going to provide my password. As this is for a demo, I'm going to directly hard code my value, but in real time make sure you create your credentials in the respective bot process. So here you have to create your credentials. Okay, here you can create your email ID, username, and its password. Make sure you convert your secure string to string, which you have to pass it over here. So you have certain parameter. The first, which is use default credentials. Also I'm going to use Outlook, not Gmail, and also follow the same steps for your Gmail account as well. Maybe I'll create a separate video. But in today's video, we are going to concentrate on how you can send email to Outlook or from Outlook account. Parameter, which is use default credentials. So in case you have only one account in your system, then you can just set it to true. In that way, you don't have to provide your credentials separately. And I have 3 accounts in my system, so I'm just providing my username and password so that it can correctly use the one I want. The next parameter, which is SMTP mail server, and currently it uses Gmail. In case you want to change it to Outlook, just change. So just go to your browser and you can search for SMTP server address for Outlook. So this is the SMTP Outlook address, so just copy it and you have to provide it over here. The next, which is IMAP Gmail, which is IMAP server, and also you have to provide your SMTP port and IMAP port. Let's get the SMTP port, which is 587, and this is same. And now we'll get the IMAP one. And next Next you have the connection, which is SSL. And if you notice here you have something called encryption. Either you can go with SSL or TSL. This is both for SMTP and IMAP. So I'm just going with SSL. The next, which is the IMAP port 993. So this is also correct. So everything looks good now, and I'm going to use the method which is send email. So send email, and here you have to give the to address, and as I mentioned, I'm going to do a self email transfer, so I'm just going to use the same which I get from shared parameter. In case you want to provide your CC, BCC, you can provide it over here. The next, which is subject, let's call it as demo on email connector, and body. So directly you can provide your body here, or you can have a separate variable or format text, something you can have, and then you can just pass it to this. Now let's provide our body directly. So go with static. So hi viewers, so please like, share and subscribe, and also you can have your salutation. I'm going to click on OK. This is done. The next parameter, which is HTML body. So in case you want to send an HTML body, just make it to true. And we don't have an HTML body, all we have is just a string, so I'm not changing it. And also have created separate video on how you can send HTML body or an email body with table content, in case you guys need it. So you can also watch that video. I'll be providing all the links in the description as well. The next, which is attachment. So if you have any attachments to be sent, so just provide the path of it. So the first email is not going to have any attachment. Let's just send it. I'm going to clear this. Let's start from here. And also this activity takes some time to send, as it has to connect to the server and then send an email. Okay, now we have an error. Let's look at its error. So I have to change my credential. Now this is completed successfully without an error. Let's see the output now. So yes, I have received my email, which is demo on email connector. Yeah, so this is the email which we received, and here you can see the from and to address of it, and also you can see the body as expected. Okay, so this is how you can send an email. Now let's add an attachment. So I'm going to randomly pick an Excel file. So I'll just take this one. You have to copy its path and then just provide it over here. So you just make sure you provided path correctly, and then now we'll send it. Okay, we have an error because it is okay. I have my Excel open. Let me close it. So I'll run it again. So this is completed, and we'll wait for the email to be received. So our email is received now, and also you can see that we have the attachment now. This is how we can send an email with or without an attachment, and also I'll create a separate video on like how you can send email with multiple attachments. In videos we are going to concentrate on the rest of the method and also an Outlook email connector. So in case you have any thoughts, please let me know in the comment section. I'll take your suggestions, and also thank you so much for watching this video till the end.